They said
it was.
Your dad was the cause of you getting into gaming.
I
Should
would
have said
say
gaming or
no.
horror games.
I think it's fair. He wasn't. I played games prior to that.
Yeah, yeah.
Obviously, with Sega Mega Drive was like my main. With Sonic the Hedgehogs and
Sonic.
going back.
Yes.
50th. Is it 50th birthday this year as well? Sonic's 50 years old. I should have put that as a question.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, just the other day it was Sonic's 50th. I'm pretty sure it was 50th birthday. Somebody can mention in the comments if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was 50th birthday. But we're not on about Sonic.
Yeah, I can't remember. Like I thought Sonic, the first Sonic on Sega Mega Drive, it was like 91, wasn't it? But probably like the older systems, yeah.
That'd be
because
years.
yeah,
was it 25?
Yeah,
Would it be
it's
25? Nah, it wouldn't be 25. It's definitely
more than that.
25.
it's more than 25 now, but I'm pretty sure.
I'll have to Google it.
But yeah,
I'll have to Google it at some point and make sure we get those facts right.
Yeah. but what happened was one of the Christmases I had a PlayStation 1, and the first games I had was like Tomb Raider and Final Doom.
I always ask this question: was it a PlayStation 1 or a PS1? Because you know there were different consoles, right?
Well, it was both same. PlayStation 1.
No, PS1 was the small white one.
Well,
and PlayStation was the huge grey thing.
It that then anyway, didn't they? Because
No, this is my gripe. I had a PlayStation 1.
I said the same. When he asked me this, I thought it was the same.
I think people just made it short.
No.
I remember the small.
That was called the PS1. That was labelled as the PS1.
Okay.
It wasn't the PS1.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've got a gripe with this. You see, because I didn't get a PlayStation. It's already hot in here, and I'm making it hotter. Damn. Anyway, sorry to cut you. So you got the PlayStation 1 for Christmas.
Yeah. So one Christmas, the best Christmas I ever had, by the way, because I remember Mum and Dad saying, "Oh, we couldn't get you one." Couldn't get you a PlayStation. So I opened the box, and it was just an empty box of the PlayStation box. Like, by the way, I had amazing gifts prior to that. So I opened this box, and you know what? Normally, I was very ungrateful. I could,
I would have been.
Yeah, I was at times, but I actually accepted it because I thought, you know what? I knew based on the news and
it was
hard to get one at the time. Yeah. But yeah, so later on they said turn the TV on. Lo and behold, turn it on. Lara Croft standing there on Tomb Raider.
Sick.
I was like,
they've done you.
I was so happy, man.
Yeah, that was sick. That's a good way to do it. Do you know what? That could have backfired so badly though. Imagine it's all set up and you was like, they didn't get you. This is a joke.
Yeah.
You don't joke like, and then all of a sudden it's there.
But as a kid, you're kind of like, I should have thought about it really, but I was just like, I accepted it and I was like, okay, that's fine.
But it shows you had obviously a very good upbringing as well, because the fact you was like, you know what, it's okay. You couldn't get it.
It wasn't always great Christmases, but that was a good one. Later on, I remember when I got a bit older, they only bought me a car cover for Christmas, you know what I mean? Like, that's... So we went from that.
Sonic's 35 years old. Thank you to, who is that in chat? Dead Martin. I was playing Mortal Kombat with him yesterday. Thank you for that. 35 years old.
35 years.
So that was your introductory into gaming, right?
It's a PlayStation. Unless you're going back to Sega.
I'm saying, what started you up? Because I want to get the whole MattRPD story. What got Matt into gaming? Where did Matt start?
I really don't know, man. I remember playing some dodgy bespoke PC. It might have been like Atari. Do you remember a game called Rainbow Island?
Rainbow Island.
And it used to be like some sort of little character. And you used to, basically, you have to climb the level. And you're being chased by the level, if that makes sense. And you have to keep climbing and climbing, making your own little rainbows to climb.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that was an early game, but predominantly my first experience that I remember was Sonic the Hedgehog. That's where I was a kid. I was a couple of years old. Yeah. And apparently I was breaking controllers from what my nan used to tell me.
Wow.
But I was in it early, mate. I was like 3. I was completing Sonic 1 by 3 or 4. I was like super talented, apparently. But I broke controllers on the way.
At least you had the I don't think I got my first gaming experience. I was late. I was about 10, 11. Yeah. And that was playing with my brothers. I didn't get one. I think the first console I ever got was a PlayStation PS1.
Really?
Yeah.
PlayStation 1.
No, PS1. PS1, that's the difference. Because it was that slim, it could fit under the... Because I'll tell you a little story here. Why it's so vivid in my memory is because we used to live in Dudley.
Oh, okay.
We used to live in Dudley, and our house got broken into. And they took everything from the house. They took everything. But the PS1, because the PS1 was that slim, it fit under the cabinet and where I used to put it. I pushed it under there when I went out, and I come back, and obviously as a kid, all I was bothered about was, did my PS go? And my PS was still there, so I didn't care to be fair that we got broken into. But then obviously everyone else was pissed, and I was like, oh, my PS is still there, but we had no TV to play it on, but I still have my PS, you know what I mean? So that's why it's so vivid in my memory about the PS1 and the PlayStation.
But it's okay. That's it, like, you know, obviously I was very much a gamer. Like,
Yeah,
early
yeah,
on.
yeah.
Like, so
Yeah.
my main presence would have been around games.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, I remember, and then I had the Nintendo as well at some point, early on. Like
Yeah.
Mario,
Yeah, yeah.
obviously the Mario games. And everyone asks me the question now, like, what's your favourite? It's a good question to you, Sonic or Mario? It's like, I even get asked today. It's a tough one, isn't it?
It
But
is a tough
I
one.
think
I
for me
think-
personally, nostalgic-wise, it'd have to be Sonic because that was...
Yeah, I've never seen the big fascination about Mario.
Same.
Yeah.
He jumps in a pipe, yeah, and that's about it. And he rescues a woman, and they're all
Princess at the
after.
end.
They're all after. I don't know.
We'll have to ask everyone.
What would I'd say Sonic? I don't
In
think,
the comments.
I don't think there's any question for me. I think Sonic all the way.
Mm.
But
Mario for me.
well, you're Mario man.
Yeah, 'cause my brother had the Sega, I had the Nintendo,
Yeah.
and civil rivalries. You always rivaled against each other, so it was don't touch my Nintendo, don't touch my Sega.
Yeah.
So I was mostly Mario from that.
Yeah,
Plus, there was just a variety of Mario games. I had Mario, Super Mario,
True.
the Mario Kart, Mario this, Mario
Mario
that.
Kart
Just,
was good.
It was just
Mario
Mario
Kart was
all
good.
over the place. It
Yeah.
flooded with Mario more than Sonic.
Yeah.
However, I did enjoy some Sonic games. I'm telling you.
Yeah, some of those.
They were fun. That was a good platformer.
So where did it go from there?
Sonic
So
Pinball. I don't know if anyone ever.
Yeah,
played
Sonic Pinball was
I was
dope.
just- I was just about to say
absolutely
that
loved
one.
Sonic Pinball. Oh,
I
bad
was
game.
speaking to somebody the other day about it, and I don't know if I ever completed it because it was such a hard
it was
game.
hard. It was
But,
solid.
but in terms of soundtrack and the music, and
Mm.
it was really good. But yeah,
it was a good. It was a good.
So
one.
where did we go from there? So where did it start? So,
So we're
let's
from-
say we're getting. So we've got to. You got your PS now, yeah. How old are you, by the way? If you don't mind me asking.
I'm 33.
Okay, so you're the same age as me.
Yeah.
So we're entering the same kind of. Whenever your platform enters, we're in the same age category. So where did we go from there?
I got a Dreamcast
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
at some point.
You don't-
I've gone through most consoles.
I think
but,
I have.
most
Well,
people don't
I've had the
really
hand me
have.
down. I'm always a couple of years
I had
later.
a hand-me-down. No, yeah, I get second hands of people. I think I had a Nintendo 64, but my memories are very
Yeah,
vague
yeah.
on that. But Dreamcast, I bought a Dreamcast. Well, actually, tell a lie. My mum got me one for my birthday, and I think it was second hand, because it was pretty expensive.
You're
at the
rich,
time.
you're
No,
from a rich family,
Trust
man.
me, we're in working class council estates. Just so you know, for the stream, we're council estates. But no, I got Resident Evil Code Veronica because it only came out for that console at the
Nice.
time.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
and I was an avid Resident Evil player at that
Yes,
point where
yes.
I played number 1 and 2 on PlayStation
yeah.
1, and I was ready for. I think it was number 3 as well. We played
So it was the
But then-
game that sold you the
the
console.
game. The game
That's
purely.
dope, that
That's
is.
the only reason I had the Dreamcast, and then it was a good console. I enjoyed the Sega Dreamcast, and
Mhm.
it should have done better. More,
It should
Yeah,
have.
man.
When
That's
the
what I
first
said,
disc.
it's very rare when you hear people say Dreamcast. It's not.
It was kind
It's
of
not
like
as popular?
yeah. I think the problem was, from memory, it was ahead of its time with the tech that they did, like the controller with
Had
its,
the screen in it,
yeah,
innit?
the memory, it was
The
always-
memory card had a screen in it.
But I think it was heavily priced.
Yeah.
I think the Sega Saturn went through that phase as well. If I
Yeah,
remember,
yeah,
it
yeah.
was like, heavily priced.
Yeah, I do remember the Dreamcast being revolutionary at the time because you could play the tennis game and if you didn't want to look at
Yeah.
the screen, you could still play it on your.
Mhm.
You had obviously it didn't have the graphical technology we had now, but it had the pixels and you could still see you batting tennis. You could actually play from the controller, which now you still can't do.
Yeah.
Really, they're trying that with obviously the backbone and stuff like that. But yeah, I agree with you. It was probably way ahead of its time, but not. And you did. I think I read something today that back in the early 80s, a VR headset would have cost you thousands of pounds.
Yeah.
And the
I'd be
quality would have
surprised.
been.
Yeah, I think it was something like in the region of like £9,000.
Wouldn't have been surprised.
If you had a VR headset back in the 80s, sorry, then you would have been paying through your arse. So I understand obviously why the pricing was out of its range, but now obviously being able to get stuff a bit cheaper and stuff.
Yeah. But then, look at the competition. It had your PlayStation 2 came out, and
Mhm.
lo and
That's
behold,
what
that's
I
what
mean.
you know
That
what I mean.
was-
You
That
couldn't
was the
compete, could you?
console, It was everywhere.
It was just like that was probably
Yeah.
considered probably one of the greatest consoles ever made, wasn't it?
It is.
PlayStation 2.
I absolutely love PlayStation.
It is the
Fair to
greatest
say.
console ever made, in
Yeah.
my opinion, and mostly everywhere on the web.
Yeah.
They'd say that obviously you'd have your Xbox fans that will rival that, but most consoles sold to date, PS2 still holds it.
To be fair, I did go through a phase of Xbox. And I
Yeah.
played a lot online because I felt like the online was better.
It was.
It was.
The Xbox 360 days.
Yeah, yeah,
Sorry,
it
we're
was.
going ahead of the generations of consoles. Here.
No, it doesn't matter.
No.
Well, this is your podcast,
Yeah.
bro. Like we're here for you. You tell
I
us
like
wherever you want to jump
I
to.
like that.
But no, I was you know, if we're moving up to the teenage years, slightly above that, you know, went online gaming in terms of like Call of Duty 4, FIFA. Mate, I lived on them hard, man, online. When the online stuff come out, it was just
the only thing I'd say about the online Xbox was that I felt like it was so toxic.
Yeah.
The Xbox, like from when I went from PlayStation, I got my first Xbox 360, and I was online from Call of, I was like, this is a whole different experience, bro. I was like, just from my voice, I was getting called every name under the sun, and that's just. I was losing as well and still getting shit on. I was like, yo.
Remember the messages you used
yes.
to get in your inbox?
Oh, yeah, I got a couple of those.
Both on PlayStation. And, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Man, it's so toxic.
Yeah, it was. All right. Thank you for watching the Good Gaming Podcast. For more information and for more content, please like, subscribe, be the first to see what we're about to do next. And make sure you hit that bell notification so you're the first to see what comes up. Boom.